All right, hello class, welcome back. Professor Watson, LGLA 1351. I assume that this is week 7 while you're watching this video, and that means that next week is week 8, time for our midterm exam. Wanted to give you a little bit of details here to get you to start thinking about it so that you know what to expect and what we're going to do. Let me just take maybe 5 minutes and I'll explain it. I bet it will answer all of your questions, and if it doesn't, then you can still look at our materials online, or you can still give me a call, shoot me an email, give me a text anytime. Okay. Let's take a look though at some information here. All right. Your midterm exam is next week. All right. Be aware if you're looking at sometimes some of the materials I've used before. So make sure that you look at the proper date. Your exam will be posted. It's going to be made available Thursday, March 7th at 8:30. Okay. If you happen to see an old PowerPoint or somewhere that says it's, Thursday, March, 11th or something like that, and March 11th is not a Thursday, well, that's the wrong date, right? That's from a different, or if it says November or something like that, then you're looking at the wrong, materials. Look at your calendar, look at your syllabus. That information is accurate. But the exam is going to be posted on the morning of Thursday, March 7th at 8:30 a.m. It will close Saturday, March 9th at 11:59 p.m. So at midnight. All right. So you've got all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday to work on your midterm. If that is a problem and you know it now, please let me know. I am not unreasonable. I do try to work with students. If your sister's getting married in Belize and you want to go to the wedding because it's on March 8th, then by all means, I want you to go. I don't want to ruin that for you. On the other hand, if you just don't feel like it because you think you might be having a bad week that week, then we need to talk. All right, you got 3 full days to do it. That ought to be enough for everybody. Likewise, if you get sick, if March 7th rolls around and you wake up on March 7th and you've got COVID and you're just, you're just terribly sick for a week, then let me know after the fact and we'll see what we can do. Okay. But don't wait around until Saturday at 10 p.m. and then decide you're not feeling well enough to take the test. You got 3 full days to do it. You've got more than a week now to prepare for it. So let's get it done. All right. Second, we will not have a specific class, no new material next week due to the exam. So please use next week to prepare for your exam. While I will not be posting any new material next week for your exam, I will try to post a midterm review. Okay, you are encouraged to review that. You're encouraged to call me. I think my office hours this semester are just virtual. So I'm here when somebody calls or they want to talk or they email. If you need help, give me a call. Shoot me an email. We'll set a time. We can set something up to meet, some time to meet and to talk, either virtually or in person or over the phone, or just call me out of the blue and see if I've got time to answer right then. That's fine too. But do it before Thursday, March 7th at 11:30. All right. Start it once the test opens, whether you've looked at it or not. I kind of got to quit answering questions, right? I can't be around to let you read the first 10 questions and then call and say, hey, let me give you a hypothetical. We can't do that. All right. So I'm going to go radio silent starting March 7th at 8:30. But until then, I encourage you to call me, email me, text me anytime. But no new materials, no homeworks, no assignments next week. It is just time to work on your exam, but I will try to post a midterm review. I promise you that will be helpful. So look at it if you want to. Don't look at it if you want to take the chance. I want you to understand that for my exams, you are absolutely 100% not only permitted, but expected to use your materials. Okay. I've told you before, I am not originally a professor. I am a lawyer. And practically speaking, if you came into my office and I gave you a legal assignment and you answered off the top of your head, I would throw you out and I would get a new paralegal, because I want a legal professional who knows how to use their resources and knows how to find the law, right? So paralegals who use their resources and research legal questions are doing legal work, and that's what I want to encourage you all to do. So in my class, may not be the rules in your other classes, in my class, you are absolutely permitted to use your resources. That means you can use your class notes. You can use my lecture notes. You can use your book. You can use the internet. You can use Google. You can use Westlaw. You can use Lexis if you want to. You shouldn't need to go that far. If you are researching on Westlaw, I think maybe you better reread the question because I think maybe there's been some kind of misunderstanding. But if you want to use Westlaw, knock yourself out. Okay. You may use your resources, but that means your resources, not your fellow classmates, not another person. Don't go to, if you're working at a law firm, don't go to work and ask the lawyers to answer your questions for you, okay? Because paralegals should also be mindful of ethical standards of being a student and also of practicing law. Collaborating once the exam is open or sharing answers with your classmates is not research, that is simply cheating, okay? And if you cheat, then we've got to follow the school's academic policies. And any such actions will be considered cheating. We will deal with them according to the school's policies. I don't know what all of those policies are because I don't want to look them up. Don't make me look them up. You should know that the computer does, there are ways to kick out surveys to see if any two papers look too similar or look too dissimilar. I do get some breakdowns, some status of that. So just don't do it. You shouldn't need to. Don't maybe give the speech about you're just cheating yourself. You can all ace this. You don't need to cheat. You just need to work hard. Okay. Don't make me address cheating issues, but use your resources. Use Google. You don't have to hide it. Tell me you used Google. Tell me you used your book. I'll be excited for you. That is being a legal professional. Okay. What is the scope of the exam? The exam will cover all of the materials that we have discussed so far. So that's chapters 1 through 7 of your textbook. If you have, that's everything from where do we find the law to illegality and capacity, right? And everything in between, agreements, consideration, all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions about any of that, or if you're studying and you've got any questions on any of those materials, let me know, right? I want to help you all as much as I can. I want every one of you to ace this test. But you'll also see right there, there's a typo. I told you the test opens on March 7th, and there's a typo right there. Opens on Thursday, March 7th, not the 11th. And so starting on March 7th, once they're open, I can't really answer questions. All right. Even if you say, well, I haven't looked at the exam yet. Well, your fellow classmates have. Okay. Be aware that the new system, we've got this new learning management system, and it does not work the same way that Blackboard did. I believe that even if you partially complete your exam, I think once the deadline to turn it in passes, I think it will auto submit it, right? So if you open it and do a few questions, then close it, and then open it, do a few questions, and close it, and then open it, do a few questions, and you meant to review it before you hit submit, but you didn't, and then the time runs out, I think it will auto submit for you, but I can't swear to that, okay? So make sure you submit it on time, but do not submit it until you are ready, until it's finished, all right? I told you you've got 3 days. You're not limited to a 3-hour window any of those 3 days. You have 3 days to work on this test. If you want to open it Thursday morning and read all the questions and not answer a single one and then close it and come back Friday, you can do that. If you want to answer a couple of questions on Thursday and then a couple of questions on Friday and then a couple of questions on Saturday, you can do that. Just don't hit submit until you are done, okay? Again, I think that that our new learning management system will automatically submit whatever you have done so far, whatever progress you have made by the deadline, by midnight on Saturday. Remember, Saturday, not Sunday, but let's don't rely on that. Make sure that you have hit submit. If you have not submitted your exam before Saturday, for instance, if you didn't start your exam because you thought, oh, well, I didn't think it was due until Sunday, be aware that the late penalties apply. And be aware that if everybody else gets theirs in, it may not be fair to let you have an extra 2 or 3 days because they did theirs on time. Now you've had the chance to go see what somebody else did on the exam. Okay, so a late exam may be a 0. Don't freak if something happens. If you have a legitimate excuse, call me. Let's try to work something out. But please, you've got 3 full days. You can work on it as long or as short as you want. You can use all your materials. Please just be responsible adults, be good legal professionals, Open it on time, review the questions, plan your strategy, use your resources, get it submitted before Saturday at midnight. Okay. Commit yourself to acing this test. Every single one of you is capable of acing this test. Yes, even those of you in the back who are saying, well, I don't think I can ace it. Yes, you can ace this test. Even if you're behind on the chapters and the lectures, you can ace this test, but you've got to start reviewing now, right? It's not an easy test. It's challenging, but all of the answers, right? Everything you need to know is in your book. It's in my lectures. It's in the PowerPoints. So start reviewing now. If you'll start reviewing now, you can find out what you don't know and what you don't understand, and you have time to go learn it. And if you still don't have time to learn it, then you can call me and I'll try to explain it to you. All right. Study groups, always a good idea. If you would like, I can start a GroupMe page, or you guys can do it. If you guys want to study before the exam, then absolutely. Group studying is great. Look at my lecture notes. Look at your own notes. Read the book. Read the book if you haven't read it before, or if you've already read it before, read it again. All right. But you can ace this test. You have that ability. You have plenty of time. You have plenty of smarts. You have plenty of resources. The grade that you earn on this test will reflect your ability, and it will reflect how much effort you put into it. Okay. So if you wait until Saturday night at 11:15 to get it started, then your grade is not going to be as good as somebody who opened it Thursday, looked at the questions, then opened their books and went through the notes and made 100% sure that even the questions they were pretty sure they knew, you go and look them up to make sure you're 100% sure that you know the answer. Those are the people who ace the test, and you have the time. You have 3 days. So nothing would make me happier than if everybody aced this test. All right. I'll warn you, that never happens. You all have the ability. I guess some people just don't have the will. Okay. So I believe you can all master this material. There is nothing in this material that is so exotic or so difficult or so advanced that some of you just aren't going to get it. All right. And I mean, you can master this material, not just learn it well enough. You can master this material. And if you master this material, you can ace this test. Can you get 100? I don't know. Everybody makes everybody makes mistakes. When I take the test, sometimes I think I clicked A and I clicked B, and maybe I missed 1 or 2, even though I wrote the test. But you can master it. You can earn an A if that's what you want. I tell you that to point out that I expect you to master it. I don't believe in secrets or trick questions. I didn't hide anything in any of my notes to try to trick you. And I don't try to word questions in a way that they are tricky. So I am not trying to separate the best from the rest. I think you can all earn an A on this test, and if you want to, then do it. But it also means if you're reading a question and you think, oh, this is a trick question, maybe read it again. Okay. If you think that I'm trying to trick you with a question, you may be missing the obvious, and you may just be trying too hard. Okay. I do expect that some of these questions will be challenging, no doubt. But if you've learned the materials, then you can ace the test. All right. But I'm not going to give anybody an A. I've never given anybody a grade before, and I'm not going to start now. I will absolutely give you what you earn. You are studying to find jobs. I assume that you are in this program because at some point you want a job, and jobs require work. So start working now, earn this A, and then we'll all be happy. Okay. So that's really just a pep talk to say you can do it. You've got the materials. You've got my materials. You've got the lecture notes. And I'm even going to give you a midterm review. I'll try to get that up here in a couple of days. In fact, I think I've got a recording from COVID. So if I got like long, scraggly hair or something, no judging. But I'll try to get that up in the next couple of days. Be aware that if I put up a midterm review, that midterm review is going to disappear Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. Okay. So the review is just like me answering questions. Once the test starts, I can't answer questions. Once the test starts, I can't leave that review open because it may give away the answers. All right. So I'll try to get that up. I'll let everybody know when the midterm review is up. And once it's available, you probably want to look over it because it's going to disappear next Thursday at 8:30 before your exam starts. That's it. You got any questions? Give me a call, shoot me an email, text me, and we'll talk later. Good luck, but I don't think any of you will need it. All you need is hard work. Thanks.